All right, let's talk about something real. You've put in the hours, right? You've built up your skills, but there's this feeling, this little voice that says there's a gap between the career you have and the one you know deep down you're capable of. Well, today, we're going to dive into how to close that gap for good.
You know, this is the exact question that keeps so many of us up at night. It's like, I'm doing everything right. I'm qualified, I'm working hard, so why isn't it paying off? That breakthrough you're working for just feels stuck. It's a super frustrating place to be, and honestly, that's exactly where we're going to start our journey today.
So let's actually give this feeling a name, okay? We'll call it the potential versus reality gap. It's that quiet, nagging sense that, yeah, people respect you, you're reliable, you get the job done, but you are just not operating at your full capacity. You can feel it, can't you? There's another level for you, but it always seems just out of reach.
And this right here, this lays out that internal conflict perfectly. I mean, look at this. On one side, you've got who you are, skilled, driven, totally capable. But then you look at the other side, and that's the reality of your career. Feeling stuck, maybe a little overlooked, definitely underutilized. And you see other people climbing the ladder, and you just can't help but think, why isn't that me?
So what do we do when we feel that way? What's the go-to response? We just work harder, right? We double down. We take on more projects, we stay later, thinking if we just push harder on the outside, something on the outside will change. But here's the thing, that almost never gets to the real root of the problem. Because often the issue isn't what you're doing, it's about the signal you're broadcasting.
And that brings us to a really core idea here. Think about it. Your career, the opportunities that come your way, even how people respond to you. All of it is just a reflection. It's a trailing indicator of your internal state. Your world on the outside is just a big mirror, showing you the silent signals you're constantly putting out there.
Now, this isn't just some feel-good philosophy. This is actual neuroscience. See, your brain has this incredible network called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS for short. The best way to think about it is like a filter, or maybe a bouncer at the door of your reality. It's constantly scanning millions and millions of signals, but it only lets in the stuff that matches what you already believe is important. So if you deeply believe that great opportunities are rare, your brain will literally filter out, make invisible, all the proof that says otherwise.
So here's the big takeaway. The problem isn't your resume. It's not the bullet points. Your colleagues, your boss, the opportunities floating around, they aren't just responding to a piece of paper. They are responding to that deep, silent signal that broadcasts what you really believe about yourself and your value. But here's the amazing part, the good news. You can change that signal. You can do it deliberately.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? Let's get into the practical stuff. We're going to walk through a simple 5-step framework designed to help you completely recalibrate that internal signal. This is how you start attracting a career that actually lines up with your true potential. So here it is, the 5-step framework. We're going to go through these one by one. And we'll start right at the top. Step 1, get precise. Look, vague desires get vague results. Just wanting a better role is, well, it's not enough. It's not a clear target for your brain. You have to get crystal clear. I mean, to find it in the present tense, right now, what does this ideal career look like? What does it feel like? Because that specificity, that becomes the new signal.
All right, moving on to step 2, feel it first. This is so powerful. Your brain literally cannot tell the difference between something you've actually experienced and something you've just imagined, vividly. So what do? You emotionally rehearse your success. You sit down and you actually feel the confidence of having that role. Feel the clarity, the impact. You are training your nervous system, teaching it that this new reality is totally normal, completely familiar, not some scary foreign thing.
And now we get to what might be the most important step of all. Step 3, shift identity. Think about it. Trying to act confident when you secretly feel like an imposter, that's like trying to drive a car with the emergency brake pulled. It's not going to work. You have to change the core story you tell yourself, your I am statement. The old story might sound like, I hope I can be a respected leader one day. It's kind of passive, right? The new identity is a declaration. It's I am someone whose presence elevates a room. See the difference? One is waiting for permission, and the other is already living that reality.
Okay, let's pop back to our framework for step 4, release control. This one can be tough. You know that feeling of constantly checking your phone, your email, wondering, is it here yet? Is it working? That energy, it just broadcasts lack and anxiety. Releasing control isn't about being passive and doing nothing. It's actually about trusting the process. You've done the internal work. Now, letting go of that desperate, anxious need to control the outcome, that is the ultimate act of confidence.
So this all leads to the core principle of creation, attracting what you are. And the final step, step 5, is what bridges the internal and external worlds. It's take inspired action. Now, this is totally different from that heavy, forced action we take when we're stressed out and hustling from a place of fear. No, this is light. It's the clear, obvious next step that just kind of pops into your head when you're aligned. It's that random conversation you suddenly feel you need to have, or that project you just know is the right one to raise your hand for. It feels natural, it feels easy, because it is.
So when you bring all 5 of those steps together, you land on the fundamental law that makes this whole thing work. It's right here. It's not about attracting what you want, it's about attracting what you are. It's not about wishing and hoping for something out there. It's about becoming the person who is an energetic, a neurological match for the reality you want. You start to attract the opportunities, the people, the respect that are simply in harmony with your new state of being.
Let's try to reframe this one last time, because this is huge. That career you want, the one that matches your true potential, it's not hiding from you. It's not playing hard to get. It's actually waiting for you. So manifestation isn't about pulling something towards you from far away. It's really just about removing the internal walls, the old beliefs that are blocking you from becoming the person you were always meant to be.
And so all of this, it really just boils down to one single question. This is the only one that truly matters. I want you to think about your goals, your ambitions, that career you know in your bones you're meant for. And now ask yourself this: to have that, to hold it, to really live it, who must I become? The answer to that question? Well, that's where the real work begins.